Viking superstar running back Dalvin Cook has been banged up in back-to-back games. Not great. So it may be time for rookie third-round pick Alexander Mattison to slide on in, potentially start, or at minimum take a little bit of work off the plate of numero 33. Here's what's to expect from the young buck. Let's talk about today. Also, something you should do is subscribe. Come along for Daily Vikings Takes. We are back. We are free. We are all that stuff. Also, the drums now that like is already in helps new people find the show. Also, to make sure you always find our content, follow us on Twitch as well as give us a like on Facebook, and make sure that you never miss a video again because of reasons. Yeah. All right, so Alexander Mattison, a little bit of background refresher on the rookie running back from Boise State. 5'11", 221, was a true junior coming out of, I already said Boise State. I was trying to think of something creative. It was, all right, Broncos. Because sometimes if you name a city, like if a player come out of Alabama, I would have said the Alabama Crimson Tide coming out of Tuscaloosa, except then we say Boise State coming out of Boise. So there you go. Smurf turf. Ran for 1,086 yards and 12 touchdowns as a sophomore in 2017, and then led the Mountain West in rushing his junior season, 2018, with 1,415 yards rushing as well as 17 touchdowns. Came out as a true junior, was a stud. Testing numbers, he wasn't a combine wizard. Ran a 4.67 in the 40, 4.29 short shuttle for a running back that size is pretty decent, as well as had a 10-foot, 7-inch broad jump. So he's not a burner, but ran with great power, vision, and also violence, as we've seen, and was a big reason why Candy Polamalu was pretty pumped when they got him at the back end of the third round. The Vikings traded down like 17,000 times. And they did take him over a number of notable pre-draft crushes that people had at running back, looking at Bryce Love, looking at Elijah Holyfield. So obviously the Vikings saw something in Mattison that other teams maybe didn't see, or that the Vikings really valued. And we saw his potential early on in camp and preseason, put up some decent numbers. We saw that he was a very good fit in the outside zone scheme, and also in the regular season as Dalvin's backup. He's shown up well in either some spot duty as well as in some garbage time in a couple of these midseason games. And he's run for 416 yards on 86 carries, ripping off 4.8 yards per carry, which you love, which is nice. Also had a touchdown against Oakland. And also, one of the big question marks of his game coming out of college wasn't that great at pass blocking. In fact, Zimmer in camp critiqued Alexander Mattison's pass blocking a little bit. It's come a long way. As well as he wasn't really utilized as a receiver in college either, but also when he came in for Dalvin, after Dalvin left the injury, he did step up very nicely as the Vikings were in catch-up mode. He had 4 catches for 51 yards on 5 targets against Seattle. So back to Dalvin. Now, Dalvin did vow to play that he will play Sunday against Detroit. Would love to have him, but also would love to have him if he's near 100%. Zimmer says he'll be okay, but also... All right, so if Dalvin really is okay, how come he didn't play the rest of the game against Seattle? The biggest game of the year, or could he used him? So I don't necessarily buy that. I think that's a little bit of coach speak. We'll see what happens with the practice reports this week because we're recording this on Wednesday morning, Vikings practice Wednesday afternoon. So we'll see if Dalvin is limited, if he's a full participant on Wednesday for the Sunday game. If he is a full participant, that would be great for his availability. But also, if Dalvin does play, maybe he still is a little bit banged up. Maybe he's on a pitch count. Maybe you see that breakdown of 80% Dalvin, 20% Mattison. Maybe all of a sudden that shifts to 70-30, maybe even to 60-40. And also, knock on wood, hopefully this doesn't happen, but Dalvin could easily get dinged up again. So Mattison could factor into the game plan big time, and obviously if Dalvin misses a game, he's going to be the feature back, and I think he would be the lead dog. I don't necessarily see this being a committee. It could be Mattison and then maybe a little bit of Abdullah on third down. But I do have confidence in Mattison. I think he's come a long way in pass protection. I think he's an underrated receiver. He doesn't have the explosive game breakiness of a Dalvin, but he does run with more power. He's a little bit more of a plotter. Think of Dalvin as Muhammad Ali. And then think of Alexander Mattison as Mike Tyson, just like a knockout artist out there. So even though Dalvin should and could be in the MVP discussion, if he does miss, I think you do have a really solid backup option in Alexander Mattison, where it isn't such a massive drop off that you'd necessarily be super concerned. I mean, obviously it'd be a downgrade, but I think Mattison could hold down the running game a little bit, as teams wouldn't be able to stack up in the box, and Kirk Cousins could have a little bit of a room to breathe, and the play action game would still be there. But your thoughts? Alexander Mattison potentially getting more work with Dalvin banged up. Let us know in the comment section below. Also, subscribe, Daily Vikings Takes. If you want to support the work, pull us up in the Venmo. But give us a follow on social media as well. Until next time, Skol, production value.